says afterwards that Braden Ferris is the best player I have ever coached. We saw that on display today, and kudos to Greater Beckley because they put up a good effort as well.
Yep. Looking forward to that matchup with North Marion and Chapmanville coming up next. More coverage continues in Charleston.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at WVHTF.org.
Sunshine, open roads, and a new Toyota from Dan Cava Toyota World. Lease an all-new Camry for as low as $398 a month. All new Tundras now up to $8,000 off. All new Tacomas now up to $4,500 off or lease as low as $399 a month. $7,500 off the new BZ or 0% financing for 72 months. We've got a Toyota for you at Dan Cava Toyota World in Fairmont. Shop the world.
When I was heavy, being on my feet all day seemed like torture. It makes you feel defeated. I'm just going to be like this for the rest of my life. But then I thought, I'm done acting like that. I'm not going to be like that anymore. Bariatric surgery at WVU Medicine helped me lose 265 pounds. It's always been my goal to have my own place. I want everyone to feel welcome here. I would never have been able to do all these things before without WVU Medicine.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
The Chapmanville Tigers and the North Marion Huskies are warming up for the Class AAA state championship game. Joe Mercado and Greg Carey taking you up to tip-off of the first of two games in the evening session and the final session of the boys basketball state tournament. Greg, we took a look at Tug Valley's victory over Greater Beckley Christian. No surprise to see that Wheeling Central Catholic defended their title, and no surprise that Eli Smith was once again the guy to lead the way with a 21-point effort.
He was, and they were tested really all the way throughout this game, but particularly in the first half. They only entered the intermission with a 1-point lead, so kudos to Wheeling Central, made some adjustments, and they really guarded throughout. That's what led them to this victory today. They played tremendous defense against a very talented Wyoming East team, and then they wrap up an unbeaten season and a second straight state championship in the process.
Undoubtedly the two best players in the state in Eli Sancombe and Noah Lewis, both taking the stage here at the Charleston Coliseum and Convention Center on Championship Saturday. And Eli already with a state title in hand. We'll see if Noah Lewis can do the same in the second game coming up later tonight. More preview coverage coming at you next.
In 1914, the same year the first commercial flight soared and the Panama Canal opened, Greer Industries was born. Herbert and Agnes Greer began in Morgantown, West Virginia, striking the first pick into the limestone formation that would become the backbone of one of the state's great industrial legacies. From the roads we drive on, the buildings we build, and the communities we serve, Greer Industries has been delivering quality for decades. At Greer Industries, we've been improving lives for more than a century.
Longer days, warmer drives, and better deals at Dan Cava GMC. Hit the road in one of our new luxury GMC Acadias. Take your pick from our massive selection. Now up to $5,500 off select new Acadias and 3.9% for 60 months. The great deals continue with our large selection of quality pre-owned vehicles. All this and more at Dan Cava GMC in Bridgeport. Shop the world.
With MetroNews Hotline, if it's trending, it's probably here.
And then the other thing, his last name is one of those weird Norwegian names where they have two vowels that slam into each other. It's like the A and the E are like cemented into each other.
You're like the 12th Dave that works here. What do you think people from Norwegian think about that?
That is fair.
Join Dave Weekly and Coop weekdays for Hotline on MetroNews Television.
We are minutes away from Chapmanville and North Marion taking the court in the Class AAA state championship game. Joe Mercado and Greg Carey taking you up to tip-off. And let's talk about the game that we'll see following this AAA contest, Greg. It's a rematch of last year's final, won by Spring Mills over George Washington. Spring Mills looking to find their way into the championship game for the third consecutive season, rather, after they fell to Morgantown in a classic game 2 years ago. Spring Mills making their way here in a couple of different ways. Last night against Morgantown, they were bombing from all over the court. They had to kind of grind out the opening round victory against University.
They certainly did, and this is a team that has shown it can win in a variety of styles. I would say generally they like to hang their hat on defense, but as we saw last night, the offensive efficiency was really off the charts. 30 for 42 they shot overall, made 11 out of 17 threes, and we're not used to seeing anybody handle Morgantown like that. So kudos to Spring Mills for what was one of the best performances we've seen on this stage in quite some time.
George Washington was tested in their opening round matchup against Huntington, but the Patriots survived that contest, winning by the final of 61-60. And then a night later, GW was able to get past another Eastern Panhandle team in Washington by the final of 71-57. So back-to-back games for GW against Eastern Panhandle squads. And last night, I thought obviously Noah Lewis was tremendous in both tournament games, but he really imposed his will in the second half and allowing GW to slowly pull away from Washington.
Absolutely, and the Patriots just as a whole were a little bit sharper than what we had seen the night before in a quarterfinal round win. I think a lot of that had to do with what was a very game Huntington team that surprised a lot of people. And then they kind of maybe served as a little bit of a wake-up call for GW, throw the seeds out the door. And they were sharper last night. Noah Lewis was especially good, but he also had some help from his supporting cast. And this is a Patriots team that'll certainly have to be at their best tonight because, as we saw last night, Spring Mills poses a lot of difficulties on both ends.
7:30 is the expected tip time for that final matchup. And, of course, we know that GW will have a tremendous fan base making their way across town from South Hills here to the Charleston Coliseum and Convention Center. One more game to preview, and it's the game that we will see coming up next between Chapmanville and North Marion as our preview coverage continues.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at WVHTF.org.
Hey everybody, Tony Caridi here.
And Brad Howe. Tony, why the platform shoes?
Well, Brad, it's called Committing to the Groove. We're bringing back the retro vibes with Gomart.
Then hand me those oversized sunglasses because it's time to strut into deals on fuel, snacks, and more at your favorite Gomart.
All year, watch for Vinyl Value Days, Road to Rewards, and some far-out contests.
So go for good times.
Go for good vibes.
And go to Gomart.
Grab the Gomart app to find a location near you. Stay groovy, baby.
In 1914, the same year the first commercial flight soared and the Panama Canal opened, Greer Industries was born. Herbert and Agnes Greer began in Morgantown, West Virginia, striking the first pick into the limestone formation that would become the backbone of one of the state's great industrial legacies. From the roads we drive on, the buildings we build, and the communities we serve, Greer Industries has been delivering quality for decades. At Greer Industries, we've been improving lives for more than a century.
Well, at the Thrasher Group, we built a firm that reflects the character of the Appalachian region. Resilient and resourceful. We have a strong, adaptable team of professionals who understand what it takes to get things done here. It's not just about the technical work, but it's the relationships, the funding strategies, and the problem solving. We live here, we work here, and we care about seeing this region thrive. And that's what drives everything we do at the Thrasher Group.
For the third time today, we have a championship game that's a number 1 seed versus a number 2 seed in the WVSSAC Boys Basketball Class AAA State Championship between Chapmanville and North Marion. Greg, let's talk about this matchup, and we'll start with the Huskies and their road to get to the championship. Had a little bit of a difficult start in the quarterfinal round as they were taken to the limit by Shady Spring before the Huskies knocked off the Tigers by the final of 66-64. In the end, this tip from Maddox Batson with 2.4 seconds left provided the winning margin for the Huskies as they were able to win by a basket. They were able to then get a defensive stand the other way to knock off the Tigers, winning by the final of 66-64. Last night against Bridgeport, North Marion was locked in both phases of the game, winning 62-46.
Yeah, they really were pushed to the limit, as you said, by Shady Spring, and no surprise to see the Tigers play well on this stage. It was an outstanding game, but again, you know, North Marion maybe worked out a few of those Charleston State tournament level jitters. Last night, they I thought were a little bit sharper, particularly on the defensive end. Jumped out to a quick double-digit lead, and although they didn't necessarily maintain or build that advantage throughout, they were at an arm's length, kept separation. They were always in front by about 3 or 4 possessions, and each time they had to make a play and answer something that Bridgeport had done well, it seemed like the Huskies did exactly that. Tonight, they're going to need to do more of the same because you know that this Chapmanville team will come at you in waves.
Another Big Ten Conference team gave Chapmanville all they could handle in the opening round. Robert C. Byrd played very well in a 1 versus 8 game against the Tigers before falling 75-68, and Chapmanville much more impressive in their semifinal victory over Winfield, 72-47, the final yesterday.
Yeah, and you just kind of get the feeling that if Chapmanville is able to do this tonight, they kind of look back at that Robert C. Byrd game, not even necessarily as a wake-up call, but really maybe as a turning point defensively, because I think it showed a lot of maybe things that can be exploited against the Tigers in open space. North Marion, not necessarily quite as fast as that Robert C. Byrd team, but a little bit more proficient from the perimeter, and they have outstanding guard play. In the case of Chapmanville, they have good play on the perimeter and inside. You know that they're going to look to try to take high percentage shots tonight because they're going to feel like they can pound the ball in the paint. But as you see here on camera, Dakota Dalton's a very good shooter, as is Jay Brock. And I think the key for Chapmanville tonight is really going to be keeping those turnovers down. Even if you take shots up at the rim that don't go in, you're going to have a very high percentage of offensive rebounding because you're going to have the 2 or 3 tallest players on the court fairly regularly.
Keaton Terry with 35 points and 25 rebounds in his 2 state tournament games for the Tigers. So, Greg, let's get into the Thrashers' keys to victory in this contest. And we could go a couple of different ways here, but obviously North Marion doesn't necessarily have to have a rebounding advantage, but they certainly do have to hold their own against a Chapmanville team that's going to have some size advantages over them. Turnover margin, obviously key in any game for the Huskies. They had a very low turnover game last night against Bridgeport, and North Marion probably can't afford to get off to a slow start as they did in the opening game against Shady Spring, but you could also make the same case for Chapmanville. Quick starts, obviously, for both teams is very important.
Yeah, absolutely. And you go back to Chapmanville in that quarterfinal round, really the reason that they were able to advance, a big reason, was they were dominant in the first half against Robert C. Byrd, built some separation in the second quarter. You gotta, I'm not saying that you have to follow that script tonight, but because the Eagles came back at the Tigers and really scored it well in the second half, that made that game tight, but it also allowed Chapmanville to have some margin for error down the stretch to where they were able to withstand that. In the case of North Marion, I really look at that turnover margin as super important because I think they're going to have to bother them with their pressure, 3-quarter court, some zone trapping, and really you're going to have to get certain guys. Maybe Chapmanville use their height against them if you can get some of those bigger guys to have to handle the ball away from the basket and thus trap them for some turnovers. But it should be a great game between 2 teams who absolutely belong on this stage.
Should be a fun evening of basketball here in downtown Charleston. The Class AAA State Championship game, Spring Mills and George Washington comes up next. But first, Chapmanville and North Marion. North Marion looking for their first state championship since 1999. Chapmanville looking for their 4th title in the last decade. So we've got the number 1 seeded Chapmanville Tigers and the number 2 seeded North Marion Huskies. Travis Jones and Brad Howe set to bring you the call of the game action coming up next.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Charleston Coliseum and Convention Center for the 2026 West Virginia High School Boys Basketball Championships presented by Chick-fil-A. The WVSSAC reminds you that interscholastic events are an extension of the classroom and that lessons are best learned when proper respect is accorded to all. Please let your good sportsmanship show during this evening's game. Tonight's game is the Class AAA State Championship game. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the visitors team, the Huskies of North Marion High School. And please welcome the home team, the Tigers of Chapmanville Regional High School. At this time, we will introduce the coaches, staff, and players meeting at center court as your name is called, beginning with the head coaches meeting. The head coach for North Marion High School, Stephen Harbert. The head coach for Chapmanville Regional High School, Brad Napper. Assistant coaches for North Marion High School, Justin Balwanz, DJ Hayes, Chris Eccles, Taylor Hayes. Assistant coaches for Chapmanville Regional, Tracy Dempsey, Stuart Watts, Trey Dalton, Ashley Dalton, Jeff Miller, and Emery Atkins. The support staff for North Marion High School, Kendall Vermillion and Matt Ramsey. The support staff for Chapmanville Regional, Brendan Napper, Parker Miller, Michael Tomlin, Jackson Neal, Wesley Watts, Colton New, Cruz Burgess, and Jake Gollihue. At this time, we'll introduce the players for each team. For North Marion High School, number 3, Kobe Van Gilder. For Chapmanville Regional High School, number 5, Kaysen Harless. For North Marion High School, number 5, Wesley Scott. For Chapmanville Regional High School, number 3, Austin Atkins. For North Marion High School, number 11, Cooper Williams. For Chapmanville Regional High School, number 4, Brock Carter. For North Marion High School, number 12, Mason Parrish. For Chapmanville Regional High School, number 50, David Browning. For North Marion High School, number 15, Brogan Tennant. For Chapmanville Regional High School, number 14, Jacob Vance. For North Marion High School, number 20, Danny Brown. For Chapmanville Regional High School, number 11, Kyler Blair. For North Marion High School, number 32, Braden Court. For Chapmanville Regional High School, number 22, Cass Smith. For North Marion High School, number 33, Nate Batson. For Chapmanville Regional High School, number 10, Eli Sperry. Number 21, Logan Hovanek. And number 0, Kai Martin. And now, your starting lineup for each team. For North Marion High School, a 5'11 junior, number 2, Eli Ramsey. For Chapmanville Regional High School, a 6'3 sophomore, number 2, Dakota Dalton. For North Marion High School, a 5'11 junior, number 4, Jacob Kusick. For Chapmanville Regional High School, a 6'3 sophomore, number 1, Jay Brock. For North Marion High School, a 6'2 junior, number 10, Connor Balwanz. For Chapmanville Regional High School, a 6'7" sophomore, number 34, Keaton Terry. For North Marion High School, a 6'2" senior, number 22, Maddox Batson. For Chapmanville Regional High School, a 6'3" senior, number 13, Eli Smith. And rounding out your starting five, for North Marion, a 6'4" senior, number 23, Cole Morris. For Chapmanville Regional High School, a 6'6" senior, number 23, Benji Atkins. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting the colors this evening are the Fayette County Army Junior ROTC Color Guard. The lead rifle is First Lieutenant Kaylee Hernandez. Carrying the national flag, Command Sergeant Major Kaylee Smith. Carrying the state flag is Major Avery Evans. The secondary rifle is First Sergeant Kathleen Hoke. Please rise and remove your hats as we honor America with the singing of the national anthem, sung this evening by the choral ensemble from Capitol High School, featuring Madeline Cavender, Hope Eggleston, Patrick Dunlap, Michael Evans, Molly Evans, Maria Ferrante.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight for the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the balls bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
MetroNews Sports and the WVSSAC are proud to bring you the high school basketball championships presented by Chick-fil-A. Inside the Charleston Coliseum, it's the Class AAA championship game tonight. Top seed, Chapmanville. Number 2 seed, Huskies of North Marion. Travis Jones along with Brad Howell. And here we go, the end of the high school basketball season for both of these teams. They've had tremendous years. Chapmanville trying to win their 4th state championship in the last 9 years. North Marion's not won a championship 25, 26 years, Brad.
Always great when there's a state title on the line and two teams that are similar. They want to get up and down the floor, and they play with defense first.
Yeah, 2 of the 3 top scoring offenses in Class AAA clash tonight as you take a look at how these teams got to this championship game. North Marion and Chapmanville, the 3rd of 4 championships, and we are ready for tip-off. And it's coming your way from the capital city of West Virginia next.
Introducing the Jalapeno Ranch Club.
I need a little ranch, step to the ranch.
Spicy, grilled, original, all ranched up. Candied bacon, a buttermilk ranch bun, pickled jalapenos, and pepper jack cheese with a kick.
That's the way it goes at the ranch.
Available for a limited time. Order ahead on the Chick-fil-A app.
Adventure takes you here, but much of it starts right here in West Virginia. where Toyota has lived alongside hardworking West Virginians for over 25 years, investing over $2 billion in the Buffalo manufacturing plant and bringing in over 2,000 jobs. And that helps fuel the local economy. Thanks for making Toyota the #1 selling brand in West Virginia. See your dealer and start your adventure today. Toyota, let's go places.
All right, starting lineups brought to you by Antero Resources, West Virginia's top natural gas producer. Chapmanville Regional, 22-3 on the season. All 5 guys averaging double figures, but keep an eye on Keaton Terry, 6'7", just a 10th grader, 15 points. He has 25 rebounds in his tournament. And for North Marion, they're guard heavy in terms of scoring. Eli Ramsey is their best scorer, averaging 20 points per game. He's been terrific here in this tournament as he's averaged 18 points per game in both the quarterfinal and semifinal rounds. All right, tip in the air, and it's won by Chapmanville Regional, and they pass right down on cue to Eli Smith, and he'll lay it up and in.
And you're going to see Chapmanville want to attack the paint. 65 points in the painted area in the first 2 games alone.
Yeah, I mentioned 2 of the top scoring offenses in Class AAA. North Marion, 77 points per game. That's topped by nearly 10 points per game. Chapmanville, 3rd best scoring offense in the state at 68. Huskies missed their opening shot of the game. Dakota Dalton, the point guard, just a sophomore, starting quarterback on the Chapmanville regional team. And there's Keaton Terry, the sophomore transfer from the Taze Valley area. He lays it up and good.
And how about his size? He does not look like a high school sophomore. You saw it right there. They doubled down, North Marion did. He still spun out of it and got the layup.
Yeah, the length from Chapmanville, something to watch here in the zone. As again, North Marion gets the bulk of their points from the perimeter. Here's a jumper for 3, no good by Eli Ramsey. Has 3 made threes in the tournament thus far. North Marion advancing with a win over the defending Class AAA state champion Bridgeport Indians last night. Floating shot for Jay Brock in the lane. He's going to be bumped and fouled, and the good start for Chapmanville continues.
Yeah, they go right inside. Here's the other thing to watch, Travis. In the first 2 games, Chapmanville's attempted 64 free throws just over those 2 games. So what you saw right there is what the Tigers want to do. They want to get it in that lane, draw some contact, and get to the line.
So Steve Harbert, the head coach for the Huskies of North Marion, Eastern Kentucky grad, went to Lincoln High School in Shinston, has been the head coach since 2021. And Brad Napper for Chapmanville Regional, his 10th season. He's been to the state tournament 9 of those 10 years. Hart's High School graduate, then went on to attend West Virginia State Institute collegially. Also former head coach at Mingo Central for a few seasons. A good start here for Chapmanville as Jay Brock hit both free throws. It is 6-0, Tigers on top.
You mentioned that length at Chapmanville, and you see it here in the zone. Doesn't look like there's a lot of openings when you're looking in from outside.
There's Connor Balwanz, their other big scorer, and the kick into the corner. Maddox Batson, who was the hero of the Shady Spring game, where North Marion would not be in this situation. Batson had a tip in with less than 2 seconds remaining to send North Marion into the semifinals. Benji Atkins with the ball, 6'6" senior, starting tight end on the Chapmanville football team. Kick over to Jay Brock, works it down low. Nice step through for Keaton Terry. And let me remind you, he's a 10th grader, 6'7".
What a great entry pass from Jay Brock. He put it with some zip on it, threw it to the baseline side where all Terry had to do was catch and spin. That was a great assist.
Batson's 2nd straight 3-point attempt, rims out, rebound taken by Terry. Throws it up ahead to Atkins, gets by Ramsey. Big guy's got handles all the way to the basket, and he scores.
Wow, he's impressive. Big 6'6", but plays a little bit of point forward or point center there, and you see can put it on the deck and get to the basket.
Signed at West Virginia State for football. Will be a tight end for John Pennington's Yellow Jackets. 7-point lead for Chapmanville. Connor Balwanz, 16 points per game. Number 10 has the ball on the near side. Trying to avoid the trap. Gets it to Ramsey. One hands the pass over to Jacob Cusick. He'll take a 3, and he'll hit it, his 4th of the tournament.
Yeah, and 2 shots there from that same spot, the right corner / wing. Good spot for North Marion early.
Cuts the lead to 4. Huskies also in a little bit of a zone defense here as Chapmanville attacks it in a quick moving opening quarter. Dump down to Keaton Terry. They double down on him. Turnaround shot up and good. Chapmanville cannot miss. 5 for 5 from the floor.
Trad, they almost tripled down on him right there. 3 black shirts around it. Didn't matter. Terry just went up, elevated, knocked it down.
Had 17 points and 10 rebounds and a win over Winfield in the semifinals. And Keaton Terry off to a great start. Much like his teammates, 5 for 5 from the floor is Chapmanville. Jumper in the corner. It's up and good. That is an answer by Jacob Cusick.
They're moving the ball really well, are the Huskies, and that's a good spot, what we call the dunker spot right down there. Little mid-range baseline J. It worked well.
Back inside to Terry. Here comes the triple as Brad predicted, and Maddox Batson got his hands on the ball and gets that tie up. But a great start to this one. Brad, as we take a look, either end, teams hitting shots. They've combined so far 8 for 11 from the floor.
Yeah, you see Terry right there just uses his size to go up and knock the shot down. Then a great pass by Ramsey, and then the easy little mid-range jumper. North Marion, give them credit. There's not a lot of gaps in this Chapmanville defense, but they're moving the ball. It's not sticking, and they're probing till they get a look.
4-point lead. Huskies with the basketball, trailing by 4. Chapmanville on top. Here's a 3. Ramsey trying to get him on track, and a couple of times he's had threes rattle in and out on him. Rebound, Batson in the corner. That's an offensive foul as Ramsey lowered his shoulder, and the charge taken by Dakota Dalton. First whistle on North Marion goes on the Husky star, the junior Eli Ramsey. 4-point lead for Chapmanville early.
For over 4 decades, the health plan has called West Virginia home. It all started with a vision to serve our community with pride and integrity. We've grown alongside West Virginia, becoming part of its fabric. We've been here through thick and thin, supporting local families and businesses. Because at the health plan, we don't just work here, we live here. The health plan, a proud corporate partner with the West Virginia SSAC.
Basketball season is rolling, baby. Tony here, and I'm feeling the groove.
Brad here checking in, and when the hoops are flying, it's full court fun at Gomart.
That's right, the Groovy Hoops promotion is on now. Take your shot to earn bonus reward points and tokens when you purchase one of 6 specially marked items.
Collect all 6 tokens for an additional 2,000 points. Sign up for Gomart Rewards and watch your points soar like a slam dunk in platform shoes.
Go to Gomart.com or check the app for all the details. Stay groovy.
To the championship athletes, we say,
Good luck.
Go get them.
fight hard.
Never give up.
You've got this.
There's no I in team.
Let's go. And most importantly, have fun.
At WVU Medicine Thomas Hospitals, we're proud to be the official healthcare partner of West Virginia High School Athletics.
Good start here for Chapmanville on the offensive end, but they can play some defense too.
Yeah, nice job there by Dakota Dalton. Slid over in front of Ramsey, took the charge to get the ball back. You mentioned the defense. North Marion held Bridgeport to 38% from the floor in their semifinal win. You've mentioned it a couple times. Chapmanville blistering hot early, 5 of 5 to start this one.
Chapmanville 22-3 on the season. Only one loss came to an in-state team, Greater Beckley Christian. They lost to Erie, PA, and Paul Blazer from Kentucky. The only losses on the year, the blemishes for Chapmanville Regional. 4-point lead for the Tigers. Atkins drives and kicks. Extra pass corner. Jay Brock hits off the top of the backboard on the sophomore's first shot attempt from the floor. And it's out of bounds to North Marion.
You mentioned a couple times Benji Atkins going to state to play football. Brian Poore might want to take a look at him. He is really skilled for a big guy, multi-dimensional, can get the ball in the paint, kicked it out as you saw right there.
Yeah, terrific tight end, had 3 catches, 69 yards and a touchdown, and a playoff upset win over Bridgeport. Here's Ramsey, shot blocked by Dakota Dalton. Outlet pass to Kai Martin, the transfer. Gets it over to Benji Atkins. Kai Martin, also an outstanding football player, wide receiver. Jay Brock whips the pass out to Keaton. 2:45, quarter one. 4-point lead for Chapmanville. They have not trailed. Keaton doubled in the corner, and quick hands there by Ramsey. And just too much distance on that attempted pass out to Kai Martin.
And that's great defense. That's what you've got to do to Terry. Don't half double down. If you're going down, go down and get him. Force the pass back out there. Very nearly a turnover for Chapmanville.
Huskies back in the state tournament, 4th time in the last 5 seasons. They have not been this far in the tournament since that state championship of '99. They've gone 0-6 in the quarterfinals in their last 6 trips.
What a great set right there. Got it in the corner to Jay Brock, allowed Terry to set up. They got it into him quickly before the defense had settled. He goes up and under for the basket. Great call on the sideline out of bounds by Brad Napper.
8 points for Keaton Terry, averages 15 a game. Lead is 6. Huskies went to the bench. Mason Parrish has checked in. Here's a 3 from Connor Balwanz, his 7th of the tournament, and he buries it. He's been consistent. 16 points in both the quarters and the semifinals, and he hits the outside jumper to keep North Marion at a 1-possession deficit.
Again, good ball movement. Balwanz got open, got his feet set, and that 3 is keeping the Huskies in this one.
Brock dumps it down to Atkins. Atkins gets doubled. That leaves the perimeter open. Dalton tries to answer. Back iron 3, no good. Ramsey on the run. To the rack. Couldn't get the roll.
Ooh, I'm not so sure you didn't have goaltending there. I thought Brock got in there and hit the glass, Travis.
Here's a spin by Atkins. Late whistle and an offensive foul going to be called on Benji Atkins.
Let's watch Ramsey here attacking the basket. Now watch Brock go up. The ball has hit the basket.
Oh, yeah.
Slaps the glass. I think that should have been a goaltend there. Coming back the other way. Great job. Established position, took the contact, got the charge.
That's a whole lot of tight end coming right at you there to take and absorb that contact.
You can see how valuable Atkins is. You can put him down on the block like that. You've got to send a double down, and with his passing abilities, you saw that kick out's going to be there all night. Brad Napper with a bunch of options down on that low block.
Benji Atkins checks out of the lineup. And here's a floater, up good and a foul. Balwanz scores it, and the and 1.
What a take. Watch this first step on the perimeter. He gets it, boom. Right by Brock, takes the contact and gets the finish. Both these teams running some really good offense here early, Travis.
Brock's first, team second. Connor at the line. Free throw up, it's good. And Connor Balwanz with a quick 6. Both he and Ramsey have that explosive nature to their games. They can really rip off some points in a hurry. Ramsey's been held scoreless so far, but Connor Balwanz has tied the score at 14, under a minute to play in the opening quarter. Dump down to Terry. He's harassed. Gets it out to Martin. Martin takes off down the lane, and he'll bank it through and score it. Kai Martin coming right down the middle.
Well, you said he was a receiver in football. He looks like a ball carrier here. He tucked it under the shoulder, took it down, drew the contact from North Marion, and still able to finish.
Martin to the line. Chapmanville trying to go up 3. 43 seconds remaining. In the opening quarter. And Martin completes the play. Chapmanville will go to the bench as Logan Ovanek will come in, the sophomore. Batson returns for the Huskies.
A little pressure here from the Tigers. 1-2-2 as North Marion brings it up.
Ramsey and Balwanz solve it. If North Marion shoots it quick, they do. Ramsey still yet to get on track. He's 0 for 4. But we're going to have a holding foul called on Chapmanville on the rebound.
Nice job by North Marion there. Brad Napper comes out, throws that press on North Marion, didn't panic, got the ball to the middle of the floor, then the nice kick to Ramsey for an open look. You'll take that every time.
Third team foul on Chapmanville. Here's Ramsey, wide open look, won't miss that one. They left him in the corner.
Yeah, Chapmanville just didn't go out and guard him. He was wide open and he knocked it home.
Ties the score at 17. Ramsey's 4th made 3 of the state tournament. Averages 20 a game. Martin through the paint. Pushes the pass over, catch and release three, off the rim, no good. Missed by Eli Smith. Huskies can take their first lead of the opening quarter. Ramsey, floater in the lane, won't go. Battle for the rebound. Terry wins it. Second left, has to hoist it and did not get it away in time. And the opening quarter comes to a close. Chapmanville controlled, but Ramsey finally waking up and hitting a shot here in the semis.
It starts with just one text, but now you're checking your notifications, changing your playlist, and all of a sudden, your mind isn't where it should be. It's tough to avoid. I mean, distractions are everywhere, but the last place they should be is behind the wheel. In fact, driving distracted is not only dangerous, it's illegal. If you're caught with a phone in your hand while driving, you can be pulled over and given a ticket. So keep your eyes on the road, not your phone.
Championships don't start in March. They're built long before the lights turn on. Just like making smart financial decisions and saving consistently, good habits start early. It's not flashy, it's foundational. West Virginia Central Federal Credit Union. Build a strong game plan for every season. Visit WVCCU.org to learn more about youth accounts and products designed to help the next generation start strong.
Glenville State University offers cutting-edge programs, small class sizes, and dedicated faculty providing students with a personalized experience focused on their success. With the lowest tuition in the Mountain State, every student has the opportunity to achieve their goals. At Glenville State University, you'll find a community that supports, challenges, and inspires you every step of the way. From hands-on learning in state-of-the-art facilities to internships that connect you with real-world opportunities, we prepare you for the challenges and triumphs of tomorrow. Pioneer your future at Glenville State University.
Tied at 17, and the Huskies already 4 threes in the opening quarter.
Yeah, it's impressive. It's keeping them in the game. They're plus 12 points from behind the three-point line, and it's come from 4 different players. So they're spreading it around, and exactly what you thought would happen. North Marion using its perimeter game to knock down those distance shots.
Yeah, Chapmanville, that last three-pointer from Eli Ramsey is open will get. And if you leave Eli that open, it's going to hit it more often than not. Nice dump down to Benji Atkins, and he scores.
More points in the paint, plus 12 points in the paint for Chapmanville. So right on cue, Chapmanville inside, North Marion working the perimeter.
Yep, story of the game so far, and a 2-point lead for Chapmanville. North Marion did not lead in that opening quarter, had it tied a couple of times, 1-3-1.
Yeah, so a little bit of different defensive switch here from Brad Napper coming out to try and shake it up. North Marion taking a second to see what it's going to do. Good ball movement again.
Batson for 3.
Credit North Marion. They don't panic when they've seen a new look out here. They just keep that ball moving until that shot opens up.
First lead for the Huskies of North Marion. A minute into this second quarter. And a pass thrown high over the head of Kai Martin as Dakota Dalton, a quarterback on the Chapmanville football team. Another look at the 3.
Yeah, just look at that ball movement right there. Got him wide open at the top was Batson. Knocked it down, another 3.
Brad Napper not happy with that turnover and the start here this second quarter. He wants to talk it over, and he will with his team trailing by 1.
It starts with just one text, but now you're checking your notifications, changing your playlist, and all of a sudden, your mind isn't where it should be. It's tough to avoid. I mean, distractions are everywhere, but the last place they should be is behind the wheel. In fact, driving distracted is not only dangerous, it's illegal. If you're caught with a phone in your hand while driving, you can be pulled over and given a ticket. So keep your eyes on the road, not your phone.
Life can feel heavy sometimes. We all deal with pain and troubles, and they can make us feel like we could break. When you don't know what to do or who to trust, just remember that help is a number, 988. A simple call or text to these 3 numbers will connect you with a free, trained counselor who is ready to listen and who cares about you. If you're struggling or know someone who is, remember 988. 3 simple numbers that can save a life.
Hey everybody, Tony Caridi here.
And Brad Howe. Tony, why the platform shoes?
Well, Brad, it's called committing to the groove. We're bringing back the retro vibes with Gomart.
Then hand me those oversized sunglasses because it's time to strut into deals on fuel, snacks, and more at your favorite Gomart.
All year, watch for Vinyl Value Days, Road to Rewards, and some far-out contests.
So go for good times.
Go for good vibes.
And go to Gomart.
Grab the Gomart app to find a location near you. Stay groovy, baby.
Well, one of the reasons why Chapmanville has the points in the paint advantage here early on is the sophomore Keaton Terry.
Just such great size, athleticism, speed. You see the doubles and triples coming. He still elevates up over and gets the finish in just a bull down low as he bullies to the basket. And Travis, we've talked about just great size for a sophomore. Might have more to go. Look at those feet. Size 18 shoes for Terry, so he might not be done growing just yet.
Those are special orders, right? I'll find those on the shelves.
You know, Brad Napper told me earlier today, just really now starting to get 100% healthy from an injury back in the fall, so really excited about his future.
Yeah, big part of a freshman class that came into Chapmanville last year for this basketball team. There's those guys now sophomores, including Keaton Terry and Dakota Dalton.
Great job by Ramsey right there. A little turnabout's fair play, getting points in the paint for the Huskies.
3-point lead for North Marion. Here's Terry. Look at the athleticism.
Boy, he's impressive. Into the lane, the little spinning jump hook, cash it.
Jumper for three. Kusick, too far. Rebound taken by Jay Brock. Into the front court he comes. Finds Atkins. Atkins just look like bowling pins. Coming right down the lane. And Atkins scores it and count the basket.
Yeah, he's really impressive, Travis. Catches it on the move, able to put it on the floor. Here, as you see, goes right between the defense. Gets contact from two Huskies, plays through it, gets the finish and the and one opportunity.
And fouls on Eli Ramsey. That's his second. Atkins completes the play. 7 for Benji Atkins. And Chapmanville goes back to the lead.
Yeah, another defensive switch here for the Tigers into man-to-man. This time down, oh, good look there, good idea. Ramsey, instead of cutting back door, had come around on a curl cut. Morris thought he had him back door, a little miscommunication. Good idea.
Yeah, Cole Morris turns it over. And Chapmanville will get the ball back with 5:58 remaining until halftime. Tigers on top by 2. Boy, it's hard to believe. You think back, I think, Brad, you were in the building back the last time North Marion won a state championship. That was back in 1999. They defeated the Capital Cougars. Andy Serene, the head coach, longtime assistant coach for Mike Carey at Salem University. Of course, Carey went on to be the women's basketball coach at West Virginia. Chris Exelis, who went on to play at Virginia Tech. Jonathan Denham was a starter on that team also in 1999. He's now a high school basketball official in Central West Virginia. And the Huskies, been a long time coming, getting back in this title game. And so far, these young Huskies, and they are young, just 2 seniors in the starting 5, they're making the most of this trip back to the title game for the first time in 27 years.
Yeah, and you would think that experience will be invaluable, especially that first game over Shady where they win it on a tip-in at the buzzer, gave them some confidence as they moved forward, got Bridgeport in the second game, and really started to play. We mentioned earlier their defense was fantastic, holding Bridgeport to just 38% from the field. And then here, toe-to-toe with Chapmanville. Here's we've got 5 minutes, or just under 6 minutes to go in what's been a very fast game. Not just fast-moving, but fast-paced for both teams up and down.
Yeah, both these teams come in red hot. North Marion won 16 in a row. Their only losses this season came to Wheeling Central Catholic, the newly minted Class AA state champion, and Parkersburg South, who also made the field in Class Quad A. Chapmanville with the turnover. They give it right back. Dalton lost the handle. Balwanz attacks Chapmanville. Nice wraparound pass inside, and Kusick lays it up and in.
Boy, again, just impressed with this North Marion ball movement. 5 assists on their first 8 baskets, and you saw a great dish there.
Tied at 24, 5:30 remaining until halftime. And off to Dalton. He's yet to score. Works it to Atkins around to Jay Brock. See if they can get him on track. We're going to have an off-ball whistle and a moving screen going to be called on Benji Atkins. His second.
Travis, here we see the other end. North Marion in transition, the drive, draw the defense, and then the nice dish. And we go back the other way. Benji Atkins gets called there. A little moving screen / Gortat screen where he was just trying to get in the way. Officials got him on it.
Yeah, a little hook there as well. Second on Atkins. So Benji goes to the bench as Eli Smith will check back in. Up top, Balwanz for three. Off the side of the rim, no good. Offensive rebound, kept alive by Kusick. Gets it over to Balwanz. Reset. 3 minutes gone here in the second quarter. All tied at 24. Balwanz off the curl, 15-footer. Terry with the rebound. Out in space, handling it like a guard. Not completely comfortable, but does the job. Gets it to Dalton, dumps it down to Smith. He lays it in.
Again, these Chapmanville players, all of them, know what to do when they get it on the block. They are going straight to the rim.
Lead back to Chapmanville. Tigers, a blistering 77% from the floor. It's all been twos. And there's a defensive breakdown as Connor Balwanz got all the way to the rim.
North Marion's offenses, their motion is really starting to cause some problems for the Tigers. It's creating those opening driving lanes. You saw one right there as Balwanz finishes at the rim.
Ties the score 26. Here's Terry. Too much dribbling. Ball on the deck. Diving down there is Maddox Batson trying to avoid the held ball. And it's picked up in the corner, then lost out of bounds. Last touching North Marion. They nearly got the turnover.
Those double teams now have started to get more aggressive for North Marion. Instead of just going down and showing, they're coming down and really digging hard and slapping and get their hands on the ball. That has really picked up here in the second quarter.
Williams and Parrish will check in for the Huskies. Tied at 26. Inbound into Jay Brock. Brock had 12 of his 19 points in the second half against Winfield, including 4 threes in the semis. Intended pass down to Terry, picked off by Parrish.
Great job by Parrish. He anticipated the entry pass. He came baseline, snuck in there, and had the steal. They are doing a really good job on Terry over the last 5-6 minutes.
6 turnover, but North Marion gives it back on the Martin steal. Up ahead to Brock. Chapmanville back to the lead. Balwanz attacks, cut off by Brock. Gets it to Cole Morris, hands it over to Balwanz.
And so far, North Marion, these last couple possessions since Chapmanville went man, they're getting them spread out. Look at that paint in the middle. That's what's creating those open lanes and those cuts to the basket, as you see right there.
Yeah, Balwanz all the way right down the middle. It just parted, and he has scored 10 points in a very short amount of time.
Brad Napper might want to look at going back in that zone and trying to clog up that paint a little more as they did in the first quarter.
3 minutes till halftime. Tied at 28. Brock tries an outside jumper, connects his 7th three of the season. Just mentioned he hit 4 in the second half against Winfield.
We talked about how great both of these defenses are, but how about the offenses on each side here in the first half? Both really, really impressive.
Ramsey, stop and go move. Cut off mid lane. Gets it to Balwanz. Bounces right back to Ramsey on the 2-man game. And Eli Ramsey's got 7. And we're going to get a stoppage here, as it looks like Kai Martin is injured.
Again, this ball movement from North Marion. Look at Ramsey, the kick out, the head fake by Balwanz, then gets in right back to Ramsey for the little baby hook, and their really impressive ball movement early for North Marion. Now up to 8 assists, Travis, on 12 baskets, a 75% assist rate early, which is huge.
Kai Martin checks out of the game, and Chapmanville turns it over again. Ramsey, stop and go move. Off back rim, it won't go. Loose ball in the lane. Great hustle by the Huskies. Williams, and it nearly leads to a 3-point play opportunity. Just hopped off on Parrish.
North Marion here the last, 2 or 3 minutes feels like they're getting every loose ball, every 50-50 ball going their way. Their intensity has really picked up, and it's got them in the lead in this one.
5 free throws right here for the sophomore, Parrish. And Mason's first one is up and good. So Martin was injured off ball. Looks like his right knee, perhaps. Kind of caught the tail end of it in one of our replays there on the Ramsey stick in. He may have knocked knees with somebody.
Travis, Brad Napper has to be absolutely incredulous here with only 2 minutes to go. His team is shooting 81% on the game, and yet they trail by a point.
Yeah, they've been outscored by 15 points from beyond the arc. All right, whatever Martin's issue was, it was short-lived as he is checked back into the scores table. We've got a stoppage here, perhaps a question on the last foul, or whether Martin could come back into the game. No time came off the clock. I think that's the issue, so Martin will have to sit until the next dead ball. Can't re-enter the game. Yeah, so Brad, how is North Marion in that scenario you just laid out leading?
Well, a lot of it's the three-point line, so you're still plus 12 points from behind the arc, so that has helped tremendously, number one. And then you're actually right there at the free throw line, just down one at the line. That's usually an area where Chapmanville really exploits. We talked about their 64 free throw attempts through 2 games, but most of it's been the perimeter work by North Marion in the first quarter that has kept them close.
Watch Kai Martin 0. Yeah, knock knees with Cole Morris. So good to see him back at the scores table. He'll come back in momentarily. Jacob Vance is checked in for the Tigers. Chapmanville down 1 as we close in on 2 minutes to go until halftime. Dakota Dalton has not scored 12 points per game. The sophomore point guard gives it up to Jay Brock. To Terry, they play off him. Now Morris picks him up as he gets close to the lane. Turnaround shot, rims out. Balwanz clears it off for the black-clad Huskies. Balwanz cuts down the lane. Kicks it corner. 3 in and out, no good. Won't go for Paris. Rebound out of bounds. Last touching Chapmanville.
What a great drive and kick right there. You can't get a more open look. But again, Balwanz having success against this man defense in getting by the perimeter defender, getting into the paint. And then as the help defense comes over, the great kick to the corner. Just didn't get the shot to drop.
All right, the Huskies maintain possession with 1:39 remaining until halftime.
And here's Brad Napper going back into that zone. I thought that's when they had their most success here. Clog that lane off and make North Marion have to shoot from the perimeter.
Well, the Huskies have 5 of 12 from beyond the arc, but right now, Brad Napper, they're driving too well. He's going to have to try something different, and it creates a turnover on a miss from Balwanz down to Cole Morris, threw it wide of him.
Well, that was close, too, because Cole Morris was open down in that spot. Kai Martin had shifted a little bit towards the three-point line on the baseline. It opened a crease, but they couldn't complete the pass.
Tigers up the floor. Again, 13 of 17, currently 76%. But trail by 1. Dumped down to Keaton. And that's why they're shooting such a high percentage.
Morris got hung up there in the paint. Keaton was able to bury himself down low. Earlier, Morris had done a great job of pushing him further out away from the block. But right there, Terry got loose.
24 of the 33 points in the paint for Chapmanville. Here's Ramsey. Reverses the ball over.
Look at Chapmanville overloading the side where the ball goes off the first pass.
Kusick takes that 3. Ball taken down by Chapmanville. Tigers looking to build on their lead. Kai Martin, Euro step through a floating shot. Up and good.
Boy, he's a load going into that lane, too, isn't he? You mentioned his football prowess. You saw it again right there with the contact.
3-point lead for the Tigers.
Now watch this as they come down here. They'll overload this one side. It creates some opportunities on the back end if you can get that ball swung quickly.
Pass to the high post, knocked away, but Batson picks up his own bad pass and converts it. Back comes Chapmanville. Chance to take a final shot here in this second quarter of play. Tigers get it to Smith, looking inside. Now Dalton, NBA range 3, front lip, no good. Halftime in a tight one. Back and forth they went in the first half. And the top seed Tigers leading by a single point here at halftime. Class AAA game. Terrific first half contest here in Charleston.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, The High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at WVHTF.org.
President of Fairmont State University, Dr. Michael Davis. Appreciate you stopping by. What's happening up at Fairmont State these days?
Lots of things.
What we do here is more than just a job. We make a lasting impact every day. The architecture, engineering, and field services professionals at Thrasher are providing the know-how to make projects successful. Whether you're just starting out or looking to advance, you'll find career paths that align with your goals and a company that's committed to your growth. At Thrasher, it's more than just another day on the job. It's the foundation for a better tomorrow.
Glenville State University offers cutting-edge programs, small class sizes, and dedicated faculty providing students with a personalized experience focused on their success. With the lowest tuition in the Mountain State, every student has the opportunity to achieve their goals. At Glenville State University, you'll find a community that supports, challenges, and inspires you every step of the way. From hands-on learning in state-of-the-art facilities to internships that connect you with real-world opportunities, we prepare you for the challenges and triumphs of tomorrow. Pioneer your future at Glenville State University.
25 a month for 5 whole years. Same sweet number in your ears. Check it in a year, check it in 5. The same optimum fiber price is still alive. 25 a month for 5 whole years. Same sweet number in your ears. Check it in a year, check it in 5. The same optimum fiber price is still alive. Optimum.com/25 for 5.
Get famously fast fiber-powered internet from Optimum.
Coverage of the WVSSAC Boys Basketball State Championships brought to you by the High Technology Foundation, committed to building a stronger West Virginia. Welcome back inside the Charleston Coliseum and Convention Center. And much like we had in our first 2 games, we have a game that is either tied or decided by 1 point at halftime. Chapmanville with a 35-34 lead on North Marion in the Class AAA state championship game. This is the third of 4 championship games on this championship Saturday here in Charleston. Earlier today, Tug Valley defended their title and now have 3 consecutive championships to the Panthers after a 64-54 victory over Greater Beckley Christian. In the Class AA state title game, Wheeling Central defended their championship with a 55-39 win over Wyoming East. And we have one more title game to bring you later this evening, scheduled for a 7:30 start between Spring Mills and George Washington. Here's how Tug Valley defended their championship, and no surprise, it was their senior guard and Braden Ferris who led the way. His second 30-point effort of the state tournament. He scored 30 points today, matching what he did in the quarterfinal round against Ritchie County. And Ferris finished the 3-game tournament with 86 total points, leading the Panthers in scoring in all 3 of their state tournament games, giving Rabbit Thompson his 5th title and the program their 6th title overall. So the championship headed once again down Route 119 to Naugatuck. The AA state championship trophy will remain on the east side of Wheeling after Wheeling Central defeated Wyoming East. And no surprise that Eli Smith, last year's state player of the year and the Liberty University signee, was dominant once again. This time he scores 21 of Wheeling Central's 55 points in the game. Back in the quarterfinal round, he had a triple-double. In the semifinal round, 41 points, and today 21 to pace Wheeling Central, and they got a number of other great contributions from Max Oliage and Luke Sancombe, both contributing 10 points as well. Break to take here on our halftime coverage. We'll be back right after this.
Have you tried the new Chick-fil-A Jalapeno Ranch Club?
Did you see ranch?
I need a little ranch. Ranch, come on, meet me at the ranch. Ranch, I wanna let my boots stop long.
Candied bacon.
Three steps forward, one step back. Take your
A buttermilk ranch bun.
Get on back, put your hands up high, drop down low.
With a jalapeno kick.
That's the way it goes at the ranch.
Introducing the Jalapeno Ranch Club. It's Chick-fil-A chicken, all ranched up.
Ready? It doesn't matter if you're playing hard or working hard. Your workout only works out if you recover right.
Recover.
Chocolate milk helps you recover for what comes next. It's delicious and contains the right mix of protein and carbs to help refuel exhausted muscles.
Ready? Recover. Repeat. Chocolate milk, the official beverage of high school sports, is brought to you by the American Dairy Association Mideast.
Whether you just graduated high school, are finishing up something you started, or starting up something you intend to finish, Concord University in Athens, West Virginia is your next step. At Concord, classes are small, professors are accessible, and programs are built around career opportunities in fields like healthcare, business, education, science, the arts, and public service. It's affordable, it's personal, and it's designed to move you forward. You'll see it in the classroom, you'll see it at homecoming, and you'll definitely see it at graduation. Concord University. Come to learn, go to serve.
Farmers, have you heard about the West Virginia Senior Farmers Market Nutrition Program? If you are selling fresh fruits and vegetables in the months of June through October, you sell your produce in the state of West Virginia, and you grow at least 25% of what you sell, you are eligible to take the vouchers. You can find the application online at agriculture.wv.gov or get one by calling 304-558-2210. This is taxable income, and you will need internet to redeem the vouchers. The deadline to apply is April 15th.
My name's Katie, and I'm a sophomore at Virginia Tech. I'm studying to be a lawyer, which means I'll be in school for 6 more years, and college isn't cheap. But my parents opened a Smart 529 savings account when I was 6 months old, and having that savings has given me the opportunity to focus on my education.
Smart 529 is West Virginia's education savings solution. Turn your savings into their success. Visit smart529.com. For more information, contact Smart 529 to obtain a program description, which includes investment objectives, risks, charges, expenses, and other information. Read and consider it carefully before investing.
Halftime in the Class AAA state championship game, Chapmanville with a 35-34 lead on the North Marion Huskies. This brings today the end of the winter sports season in high school athletics, and we are joined by the executive director of the WVSSAC, Wayne Ryan, is courtside with our Travis Jones.
All right, thanks a lot, Joe. And as you mentioned, Wayne Ryan is alongside, Executive Director of the West Virginia Secondary Schools Activities Commission. It's been a very busy 8 months for you on the job. A lot of changes, a lot of additions to your office and to the landscape of high school sports.
There has been. Since July 1, we've added Dr. Jacqueline Swain, Jason Bankston, Chris Wells to the office as assistant directors. They've done a tremendous job, surrounded by great people. Very fortunate for that. And we've had a lot of changes. We've expanded classes in several sports. We've expanded the number of teams coming to state tournaments in several sports. We've really worked hard on the education component, trying to educate all stakeholders about what is the WVSSAC, how do we operate, how do our rules come about, what is the process, and we're going to continue to work really hard on that. And we worked really hard with the legislature to try to explain what is the WVSSAC, which is the member schools. We work for the member schools. It is not an office building. It is not our staff. So we've been pleased with what we've accomplished, and we're going to continue to work hard moving forward.
Yeah, you mentioned the expansion of the tournaments, and it finally feels like spring out there, so we can talk some spring sports. Yeah. But going to have a little different look in softball and a big different look in baseball, moving locations this year.
We really are. We're changing the baseball location to Marshall University. That's exciting, and we're bringing 8 teams instead of 4 in each class, which is well-deserved and overdue for some really good baseball teams who could never say they made it to the state tournament. Same thing in softball. We actually had to split that tournament up into 2 different weeks, 3 days each. But it's exciting that more student-athletes are going to be a part of the state tournaments.
The other thing, Wayne, that's happened with the wrap-up of the legislative session, it's been a hot-button topic. It's been the transfer situations and the open transfers. And kind of look at it as perhaps a correction, because now your office will have an opportunity to go back to work and draw up what this new transfer policy will look like.
Greatly appreciative of the state legislature, both branches, the House and the Senate, both, for realizing that maybe we had went too far with the transfer law, and to give our membership back the opportunity to write their own rule. And we'll be doing that just a week from now at our Board of Control. We'll be passing an emergency rule that will change the transfer rule, and we're really thankful for that opportunity, and I know our membership will do a great job with that.
Absolutely. All right, great 8 months on the job. I know that this is the premier event of the year for the SSAC. It's been a terrific week of basketball, and we appreciate your time.
I appreciate the coverage and appreciate everything, and it has been a great 2 weeks. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Wayne Ryan, Executive Director of the Secondary Schools Activities Commission. Great first half. Looking forward to the third quarter. It's coming your way after this timeout.
President, Fairmont State University, Dr. Michael Davis. Appreciate you stopping by. What's happening up at Fairmont State these days?
Lots of things.
Tony Caridi here.
And Brad Howe. Tony, why the platform shoes?
Well, Brad, it's called Committing to the Groove. We're bringing back the retro vibes with Gomart.
Then hand me those oversized sunglasses, because it's time to strut into deals on fuel, snacks, and more at your favorite Gomart.
All year, watch for Vinyl Value Days, Road to Rewards, and some far-out contests.
So go for good times.
Go for good vibes.
And go to Gomart.
Grab the Gomart app to find a location near you. Stay groovy, baby.
Everything begins with water. From our cool mountain springs to the winding streams working their way through the hills and into our rivers. Just like water, progress starts small, with a vision, a plan, and an impactful project. Because when we invest in the foundation, we build stronger communities. The Thrasher Group. Building stronger communities together with you.
25 a month for 5 whole years. Same sweet number in your ears. Check it in a year, check it in 5. The same optimum fiber price is still alive. 25 a month for 5 whole years. Same sweet number in your ears. Check it in a year, check it in 5. The same optimum fiber price is still alive. Optimum.com/25 for 5.
Get famously fast fiber-powered internet from Optimum.
Introducing the Jalapeno Ranch Club.
I need a little ranch, step to the ranch.
Spicy, grilled, original, all ranched up. Candied bacon, a buttermilk ranch bun, pickled jalapenos, and pepper jack cheese with a kick.
Yeehaw, that's the way it goes at the ranch.
Available for a limited time. Order ahead on the Chick-fil-A app.
1 point lead here at halftime for Chapmanville, North Marion. Talked about their guards, Ramsey and Balwanz. The story coming in, they combined for 36 points per game, and Connor Balwanz had a terrific first half.
Yeah, you're right, Travis. 10 points, which is really impressive as you see him driving to the basket and being able to finish. But maybe even more impressive is his 5 assists in the first half, and that's what impressed me about the North Marion offense. That ball movement was excellent.
Yeah, Tigers want to establish the inside. That's where they've got their advantage early and often. They did with Keaton Terry.
Yeah, he was outstanding. You can see the double and triple teams coming, and it didn't matter. He finishes the half 6 of 7 from the floor, 12 points, and has 60% of Chapmanville's rebounds with 6 of them already. He was a beast, as we thought he might be there in the first half.
All right, here's a look at the first half numbers. Both teams shooting well, but to Chapmanville, again, 75% from the floor in that first half, but the Huskies keeping pace because of the 5 3-pointers to 1 for Chapmanville.
Yeah, 5 3-pointers, and then a slight advantage in points off turnovers, a slight advantage in second chance points, and it's led to the 7 additional field goals that have kept them right in this game. That was a heck of a first half, Trav.
Yeah, tight in the first half. 6 lead changes, 4 ties. Both teams really just keeping each other at arm's length in that first half. Chapmanville did take an early 7-point lead to start the game. North Marion led by as many as 3.
You know, one of the things for North Marion here, the 3-pointers, as you mentioned, keeping them in the game, but it's not like they're blistering hot from 3, shooting just 35%, so it feels like that may be sustainable if Chapmanville stays in a zone here and forces some of that perimeter game, which it looks like they're starting with.
All right, Huskies with the ball to start the second half. Ramsey dumps it down to Cole Morris. He finds Balwanz cutting to the basket, and his one-hander is off to the left. Taken down by Keaton Terry, his 7th rebound of the game.
Yeah, and if you're North Marion here, can you close that lane off? You mentioned that blistering shooting percentage in the first half, nearly 80%. North Marion has to find a way to get some stops down here.
Benji Atkins is back in. He sat on the bench for a good majority of that first half with 2 fouls. Sends the pass to Eli Smith. Both teams go back to their original starting 5. Jay Brock gets it underneath to Smith. Smith tries to score it over Batson. Missed it short. Rebound taken by the Huskies. Gets it to Eli Ramsey. Ramsey with some great bloodlines. His cousin Ricky Sell was the all-time assist leader at North Marion until Eli showed up. There's Ramsey, mid-lane, cut off. Throws it out to Cole Morris, and they'll set it. Bounce pass into the corner. Jumper for 3. Cusick hit it.
There it was. Chapmanville just a tad slow getting there on the closeout, and he made him pay from the corner.
Lead goes back to the Huskies, 37-35. That was Maddox Batson. My correction there. His 3rd 3 answered right back by Chapmanville, and Brad Napper is going to take the timeout as the Tigers get the equalizer. 6:43 to play in the 3rd. Go the timeout. Tigers up 1.
The best thing about West Virginia is hope.
The commitment we're making is $2.2 billion in the state of West Virginia.
It's creating opportunities for the next generation to have career-sustaining jobs.
We're creating career paths and jobs.
Everybody's talking about it. Hope Gas is doing it.
This gives opportunities for underprivileged communities to have new jobs, to have new opportunities, and it just gives people hope.
Learn more at WVSforHope.com.
Adventure takes you here, but much of it starts right here in West Virginia, where Toyota has lived alongside hardworking West Virginians for over 25 years, investing over $2 billion in the Buffalo manufacturing plant and bringing in over 2,000 jobs. And that helps fuel the local economy. Thanks for making Toyota the #1 selling brand in West Virginia. See your dealer and start your adventure today. Toyota, let's go places.
Basketball season is rolling, baby. Tony here, and I'm feeling the groove.
Brad here checking in, and when the hoops are flying, it's full court fun at Gomart.
That's right, the Groovy Hoops promotion is on now. Take your shot to earn bonus reward points and tokens when you purchase one of 6 specially marked items.
Collect all 6 tokens for an additional 2,000 points. Sign up for Gomart Rewards and watch your points soar like a slam dunk in platform shoes.
Go to Gomart.com or check the app for all the details. Stay groovy.
Hey, be sure to download the MetroNews television app on mobile, Roku, Apple TV, Fire TV, LG TV, and select Samsung Smart TVs. Like and subscribe on Facebook and YouTube to MetroNews Sports. Travis, Sam, Brad here with you at the Charleston Coliseum. Starting the 3rd quarter, teams exchange threes. Batson for North Marion, Brock for Chapmanville. Back to a 1-point lead. Here's Ramsey, pull up mid-lane, blocked by Atkins, his 3rd foul. Late whistle, got him on the wrist.
That's an important call right there, not only for the short term and getting Ramsey to the free throw line, but Brad Napper now has a decision, as you mentioned. Atkins picked up a 3rd, but it doesn't look like Brad Napper's going to make a move to the bench. He's going to leave Atkins out there.
Ramsey to the line for the first time in this game. He's 8 of 9 from the stripe in the tournament. And it rims out, no good. Well, we spoke too soon because here comes the sub as Eli Smith will check Atkins out, as Napper may have had second thoughts there. Wow, Ramsey missed both. That does not happen often. Rebound taken by Chapmanville. Empty possession, Dakota Dalton into the front court. Crosses over, looking for his first bucket of the game. Can't get it. Tip out by Ramsey. Here come the Huskies with a ton of numbers. Ramsey will he challenge Brock, thought better of it. Throws it out to Cole Morris. Gives it up into the short corner. Floating shot up, no good for Balwanz. Empty possession for the Huskies. Lead pass up ahead to Martin. Martin drives in, scores it off the glass against Cole Morris.
Boy, his ability to play through contact and finish has been really impressive tonight.
Lead back to 3 for Chapmanville. 5:54 remaining.
Feel like a couple missed opportunities there for North Marion. Couple chances at a free throw, then a nice look on a mid-range. Couldn't get it to drop.
Yeah, for sure. Had a 4-on-2 and could not capitalize, but Jacob Cusick makes you forget about that in a hurry as he buries the 3 in the corner.
Well done, right on cue. They got it right back.
Ties the score. North Marion continues to keep pace from beyond the arc. They've got 6 made threes. Here's Brock to the rim, misses right at point blank range. Batson clears the rebound. Head to Balwanz, running the floor. Ramsey trying to draw contact, off balance, could not.
That was a great look by Balwanz, just a little bit in front of Ramsey, got him off balance.
Brock will take it to the rim. It is swatted out of bounds by Cole Morris, the future Fairmont State Fighting Falcon football player. So Cole Morris, 6'4". I believe he was the quarterback on the North Marion football team.
I'm really impressed with North Marion's ability to guard without fouling in this game. Only 4 free throw attempts for Chapmanville. I've mentioned a couple times, 64 attempts through the first 2 games down here.
Ball thrown into Smith, has to track it down, gets it to Brock for a 3 on a quick shot, no good. Rebound down to Ramsey, tied at 40. Cooper Williams up the floor for North Marion, skips it, intercepted. Martin saves it from going out of bounds, throws it into Brock. Push pass picked off by Balwanz.
Balwanz saw that the whole way and jumped the route.
Again, numbers 3-on-2, but that dissolves. Balwanz takes the hook pass, drives, sends it right back to Ramsey. Missed the 10-footer with no one in front of him. Rebound taken down by the Huskies.
Wonder if a little fatigue is starting to set in here for these teams. It has been a really fast pace all game. And we're seeing now some shots missed that they were not missing in the first half.
Yeah, high-intensity basketball, taking it to the rim and scoring it is Balwanz.
Boy, he's been so good tonight, Travis.
Lead back to North Marion, 42-40. Dump down to Terry. Floating pass all the way out to Dalton. Leans into a 3. Missed it. Long rebound. Ramsey chases it down. He's got numbers. He'll pull up. Elbow. Floater. Good. Timeout, North Marion. Eli Ramsey with 9. Huskies with their largest lead of the game at 4. 44-40. Well, what we've seen is long rebounds on deep shots from the Tigers, and North Marion doing a great job of transition.
Yeah, it's really interesting. Both these teams want to get up and down the floor, so neither has blinked. They keep going back and forth, and Ramsey may not get tired. You know, he's an elite soccer player as well for North Marion. 13 goals, 24 assists on the season for Ramsey. So this is just another day at the office for him if you want to run up and down the field here or the court.
I mentioned Ramsey's athleticism coming through the bloodlines. His grandfather, Jim Tobin, was a 3-sport athlete at Barrackville High School, and then his other grandfather was Tom Ramsey. He was a linebacker on the 1968 Monongah State Championship team, which, by the way, he had a couple of pretty good teammates, Kerry Marbury and Nick Saban.
Pretty good.
On that team.
Saban go on to do anything?
He's done all right for himself, I think.
Second half, we talked about with the shooting cool off a little bit. It feels like Chapmanville's cooled off, and by the numbers they have, still shooting 63% here in the second half, but we have seen the scoring pace slow just a tad.
All right, 4-point lead for the Huskies of North Marion. Chapmanville with the ball with 4:02 remaining in the third quarter. Kai Martin staring down man defense. Atkins has come back in with his 3 fouls. See if he can be effective and make the gamble pay off here midway through the third quarter.
Well, you can see what an important stretch Brad Napper thinks it is. A 4-point lead now for North Marion, which feels bigger in this game because of how tight it's been, and instantly they attack inside with Atkins.
Misses, gets it back, doesn't miss that close the second time. Chapmanville really needed that basket.
So here's Chapmanville back in the man-to-man defense. Let's see if some of those driving lanes through ball motion are available, and here it is.
Here's Ramsey, and we get a whistle off ball and a foul called along the baseline. It's going to be a holding foul called on Chapmanville's Jay Brock, his second.
And there it was, Travis. We saw once they go man, instantly North Marion tries to attack on the perimeter and see if they can get a paint touch, which they did there, but the foul was called.
Ramsey drives in, Atkins walls up, throws it back out to Parrish.
Look at this space. That lane is wide open. Chapmanville's coming out on the perimeter, pressuring with everybody, but it does create some driving lanes or some backdoor cuts for the Huskies.
3-minute mark, third quarter. Ramsey with 9 points and the ball. Kicks it over to Mason Parrish. Backs it out. Ball back slap by Kai Martin, but Cusick takes it right down the lane and missed it too strong. Here's Brock. He's trapped. Going to have to take a timeout. He felt the double team coming. So we'll time it out right there with 2:43 remaining. And I believe that leaves Chapmanville just one timeout remaining.
It felt like Brock was a little surprised that the double team pressure was still there even after a miss, right? Most teams usually fall back a little bit with a missed shot. Not North Marion. They got right up on Brock and forced the usage of the timeout.
2:43 in the third. That's the second on Chapmanville. Great to be with you here in 2026. Let's take you back in the time machine. 1991. Now you're not ready for what you're about to see. That is a, what was Hoppy, 12? 1991. Tony Creedy, Jay Jacobs. It was a Beckley and Logan broadcast in here. Look how wild that was. Fans rush the floor, the student section, as the Logan Wildcats win a AAA state championship over the Flying Eagles of Beckley, Woodrow Wilson.
That's that old floor there, that orange and blue Civic Center floor back in the day before it was Charleston Coliseum.
Frank Blake on the PA back then, Tony and Jay on the call. 1991, our first MetroNews television broadcast of the state championships here in West Virginia. The graphics have come a long way. Not so sure that the looks of the talent have progressed much, however. All right, here we go. Chapmanville ball down by 2. 2:43 to play, facing that full court pressure. Atkins holds it, now dribbles it once to Martin. This is a slow breakage of that 10-second backcourt. Finally they do. Terry, ball on the floor. That means the guards are going to feast. Ramsey tipped it away, but it's saved. Here's Martin through the paint. In and out. Martin going to be tripped. Going after that loose ball rebound.
Well, that was a great shake by Martin. I think he was a little bit surprised. He was so open in the lane. He's used to getting contacted. Right there, he has the ball, goes up, misses it. But how about him just staying with it and keeping the possession for the Tigers?
Yeah, great point. It kind of backed off of him. May have caught him by surprise. A good job by Martin hustling after that one to draw the foul and give Chapmanville another opportunity. Keaton Terry. They really went to him early to try to establish him in the opening quarter. Not been the case here in the third. He's getting doubled. Kicks it out to Brock. His three. He hit it.
Brock has been good from distance there. A nice job by Terry. Didn't force it. Took the wall up, kicked it back out for the distance shot.
3 threes for Brock. Wide open Ramsey on the extra pass. Can't connect. Rebound, however. North Marion. Balwanz has it. Head fake. Shot blocked. Whistle. Foul called.
I'll say it again, this North Marion ball movement is really impressive. Offensive rebounding, then the kick back to Balwanz, and ultimately draws the foul. Look at Terry right here. Gets the ball down inside, didn't force the spin, didn't try and jam it in the lane. Knew Brock was on the outside, kicked it out for the nice shot. Then how about the head fake there by Balwanz? Got him up in the air and drew the foul.
First free throw is good. 1:50 to play. That foul was on Keaton Terry. When you saw the replay, yeah, the block was clean. No question about that. But Terry actually got him with his leg.
He did.
Kind of kicked him.
Yep, good call. You know, credit Cole Morris there, 23 for North Marion. He's done a nice job here, especially in the second half, of pushing Terry further out away, not allowing Terry to burrow into that restricted arc. He's pushing him more outside of the lane, and it's created some problems.
Corner three, Jay Brock feeling it again. 4 threes in the second half against Winfield. He's got 4 again tonight.
Yeah, have a night, Jay Brock.
And another ball thrown away. The Huskies turn it over for the 6th time in the game. Boy, find number 1 if you're North Marion. Jay Brock, the transfer from Russell High School in Ashland, Kentucky, has given the Tigers a 4-point lead. Euro step. Terry slams it in.
And what a difference that's made in the momentum and the energy in this building as Brock loosened up that defense with a couple threes. Now Terry getting back to work in the paint.
It's a Tiger spurt. 6-point lead for Chapmanville. 1:15 remaining in the third quarter. Ramsey always the steadying force for North Marion. See if he can search and find a bucket. Try to calm the waters. Balwanz takes it out deep as we close in on the final minute here in this championship third quarter. That's Ramsey, cut off. Terry, the ultimate rim protector. Throws it out to Balwanz. He's going to retreat, and they'll re-rack it. Lane is open if Balwanz can get in there. Cut off by Dalton. Kicks it out for a 3. Wes Scott hits the 3.
Big time 3. North Marion needed that to stop the 10-0 run that Chapmanville had been on. Big time shot.
35 seconds. See if the Tigers play for the final shot. Ty Martin, Terry, and now Brock play catch. They dump it down to Atkins. 25 seconds. Brock takes himself into a bad spot. Gets it out to Atkins. Got Terry being guarded by Wesley Scott. They see that. See if they try to get it down to him. 10 seconds to play.
They're calling. He's trying to move into position to get him posted. Chapmanville can't find him just yet.
Here's Brock. Does he stay hot? No. Back iron tipped up but won't go. Atkins, end of the third quarter of play. So Chapmanville, a 10-0 run. Wesley Scott hits the big 3 to cut it back to 3. But Keaton Terry been unstoppable here in this first half. Scott with the answer. We head to the fourth. It's a 1-possession game.
Glenville State University offers cutting-edge programs, small class sizes, and dedicated faculty providing students with a personalized experience focused on their success. With the lowest tuition in the Mountain State, every student has the opportunity to achieve their goals. At Glenville State University, you'll find a community that supports, challenges, and inspires you every step of the way. From hands-on learning in state-of-the-art facilities to internships that connect you with real-world opportunities, we prepare you for the challenges and triumphs of tomorrow. Pioneer your future at Glenville State University.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at WVHTF.org.
At Rio, we believe your education should be personal, affordable, and full of possibilities. Here, you're part of a community that supports your success in the classroom and beyond. And now, there's even more to be a part of, with new traditions and new energy taking shape.
I want to invite you to see what's possible when you learn at a place where everyone knows your name and cares about your future. At Rio, it's all about you, your goals, your journey, and your success. And we can't wait to be a part of your story.
Start of the fourth, and if you're North Marion, this is what you're up against, Brad. 32 points in the paint for Chapmanville, and now Jay Brock is hitting from the outside. That's bad news.
Yeah, 4 threes. He had 2 of them in an important stretch there. North Marion had gone up by 4 with about 4:04 on the clock, and then all of a sudden, here comes Chapmanville, led by those 2 threes from Brock. And over the next minute and a half, 2.5 minutes or so, a 10-0 run from Chapmanville to give them to a 6-point lead.
Brock, a sophomore, also, by the way. Bad news for AAA. The sophomore stepping up, Terry and Brock, in this state championship game. Here's Kai Martin, a junior. Head fake, drives baseline. Gets it into Atkins, and he scores it at the rim. 11 for Benji Atkins, lead back to 5.
What a great look. North Marion had rotated over very nicely. Atkins recognized it, dove down the lane, and was the recipient of the pass and the layup.
Back to that zone, it's extended. So Chapmanville in man, they're just playing off in the corner of Cole Morris.
Yeah, trying to protect those driving lanes and get a little gap defense here so North Marion can't put its head down and get to the rim as easily.
Balwanz step back 15-footer short. Rebound taken by Terry underneath the rim. That's Terry's 11th rebound of this game and 36th of the tournament. Dalton to Atkins. Chapmanville now with a 5-point lead. Chance to really take control. Terry fouled, and Morris is going to pick that one up.
And there's what we've been talking about. Terry was able to burrow down a little bit lower right there. Look where he catches it and gets 2 feet in the paint pretty quickly, and not much Morris can do right there and foul the big guys who's trying to get to the basket.
First foul on Cole Morris. Keaton Terry at the free throw line. Back iron miss. And came to Chapmanville from the Tays Valley area as a freshman. 14 and 11 for Keaton Terry. That's 1 out of 2.
He's really impressive physically, isn't he, as an athlete? Strong, and his motor is really good. He hasn't taken a possession off all night.
All right, 6-point lead. It's Eli Ramsey time here for North Marion. Balwanz will take it, scooping layup, no good. Morris does slap it to the corner with a chance for Ramsey to retrieve it, but he was too far up the sideline, and it goes out of bounds to the Tigers.
And that's probably the story here of the second half for North Marion. They've got in there and got some great looks. They're just not falling.
And the Huskies just 36% from the floor in the second half. Down 6. Terry going to work. Lost the dribble. Picks it up. Scoops it up. Missed it against Morris. Goes back up. Third chance and 1.
There's that motor we just talked about, because North Marion had its entire team down there trying to get it, and Terry just would not stop and be denied as he continues to battle. And look at him right here. Just goes up. Tries it a second time. Great defense. Stays with it. Does not stop. And is rewarded with the and 1 here.
Terry's third opportunity may cost North Marion 3 right here. They're down 8, 55-47. And it rims home. Chapmanville on a 6-0 run to start this fourth quarter, leading by 9. But again, you go back to that 10-0 run. Prior to that, they were down by 4, went up by 6. Now they're up 9, largest lead of the game. Ramsey, 6 minutes, tries to get to the rim and does.
What a move. How about the little stutter step right there that froze Atkins, and then he puts it on and goes right by him. That was a beautiful drive.
Much needed bucket for the Huskies. And the ball nearly lost. Dalton has to, from his knees, save it. Then he throws it away from his knees. Balwanz sends it across the paint. Batson puts it up and scores it.
Watch Ramsey right here, that little hezzy move, and goes right to the basket in the finish. And then here comes that North Marion pressure, creates the turnover, the layup, and they get the foul on Atkins, Travis, there, which is number 4 on the Chapmanville Star.
And Brad Napper immediately tells Eli Smith, get to the scorer's table and in a hurry. Free throw is missed by Batson. Rebound taken by Chapmanville. They threw it away. Terry. Picked off, bounce pass, Cusick, great feed from Balwanz.
What a great look by Balwanz, and they're not done yet. Just when they get that 9-point lead, here comes North Marion right back in this game.
In a hurry, 5:27 to play. One possession game, and they couldn't get Atkins out with no dead ball.
Yep, I was just about to say he's got to be really careful here playing with the 4 fouls.
They'll take the timeout to get him out. With 5:16 remaining in the fourth quarter of play. How about this Husky team? Just when they look dead in the water, Chapmanville taking control. Pair of turnovers. Huskies back in it big time.
We are there for you, to care for you at the health plan. We are here for you.
For over 4 decades, we've been rooted deep inside West Virginia. Through thick and thin, supporting local families and businesses. Proudly serving your neighborhood since 1979. Your trusted partner in the community.
The health plan, we are here for you.
What do I love about Marshall? How much time do you have?
My name's Katie, and I'm a sophomore at Virginia Tech. I'm studying to be a lawyer, which means I'll be in school for 6 more years, and college isn't cheap. But my parents opened a Smart 529 savings account when I was 6 months old, and having that savings has given me the opportunity to focus on my education.
Smart 529 is West Virginia's education savings solution. Turn your savings into their success. Visit smart529.com. For more information, contact Smart 529 to obtain a program description, which includes investment objectives, risks, charges, expenses, and other information. Read and consider it carefully before investing.
Well, Brad, one part of the maturation process for Keaton Terry, just a sophomore, you've got guards to run the break.
Yeah, and we've seen Terry be successful pushing it up here, but as you get late in a state title game, you're right. No need to hurry. Get the ball in the hands of your playmakers. And, again, credit North Marion. They look to be in real trouble down 9. They have fought all the way back with this game on the line, and we now have a great game going with 5 minutes left.
Dalton held scoreless with the ball. Out to Terry, now to Jay Brock. Gets it to Kai Martin. He'll penetrate down the lane, got all the way to the rim.
Great call on the timeout for Brad Napper. Cleared the side, put Terry down on the block, and it was just one-on-one for Martin putting his head down.
That busts up that 6-0 run for North Marion. Still 4:47 to play. Lots of twists and turns left in this one. 5-point game. Ramsey gets a step on Martin. Floating shot, whistle, blocking foul. Going to be called on Dakota Dalton, who felt like he got there in time. We'll take another look at it.
Ramsey is a handful on the perimeter. You see the shake. Well, first, here's Martin. Look at him with the clear out right there. Just head down, gets to the basket for the layup. And then at the other end, look at Ramsey get by, elevates up. That's a close one. But in today's basketball, they're going to side with the offensive player more times than not, as Dalton maybe slid in just a little bit too late there.
All right, Ramsey at the line. He's 0 for 2 in the game. Connects. Look at the free throws. I think that's another story in this game, as North Marion's only been to the line 9 times. They usually do a lot of damage at the free throw line.
Yeah, and so does Chapmanville. So this has been a game where that's kind of neutralized each other. No advantage either way.
3-point lead. Smith with the ball for the Tigers. 4:30 to play. Chapmanville, 1 timeout remaining. North Marion has all 3. Jay Brock, again, has been one of the heroes in this second half. 3 threes in the second half, 4 in the game. How about 4 in the second half? No, strong. Out of bounds to the Huskies.
Again, great set, though, because they get Brock over on the perimeter with Keaton down low. So what are you going to do? If you double down on Keaton, if it's entered in there, you're leaving Brock alone, so it creates some opportunities. I love the offensive set. Shot didn't fall, but I like that a lot.
They saw Atkins go back to the bench, so they're doing the offense-defense substitution with him when they can. Ramsey with the ball, 3-point game. Swings it over to Connor Balwanz. Those 2 guards play so well together, but Ramsey could not connect on the 7-foot turnaround.
Boy, they do a great offensive set there by North Marion with the 2 guards And they get dinged for an over and back here, Travis.
Well, and I repeat, Terry handling the ball there, bringing it into the front court.
And he knew he was caught as soon as he left his feet. He tried to hold it as long as he could and loft it up in the air, but they still got hit. Big time turnover right there for Chapmanville.
11th turnover of the game on Chapmanville. 3-point game, North Marion.
Let's see if he can get a little Ramsey or Balwanz two-man game again. Oh.
And Ramsey, little dip in, fouled by Smith.
Boy, there are some players in this game, both sides. How about Ramsey, the little stutter, step, stop. Again, the space created with the pressure defense. The stop, turns and goes back up, and the foul by Smith, just getting him on the arm late.
Two-point game.
And
Atkins back in.
Excuse me. You wonder if Brad Napper will look to go back to that zone a little bit in these final 3 minutes. I'll keep saying it. When they've gone to man, that pressure defense on the perimeter has created those driving lanes. You just wonder if he tries to pack it in a little bit here in these final few minutes.
Ramsey with 14 for Huskies in double figures. Atkins brought it up this time. Gets the ball over to Kai Martin. 2-point lead, 3:20 in a state championship in regulation.
And Cole Morris on an island down here doing his best to push Terry outside.
Terry spins back to his right, backs it in.
Great job by Morris. He pushed him out, but just a quick spin move by Terry to finish. And how about Balwanz back the other way, the quick finish.
3-minute mark. Atkins again brings it up as they're letting the bigs advance the ball. Here's Dalton yet to score. Takes care of that. Back comes Balwanz, attacking. 15-footer, missed. Rebound taken down by Terry. 17th rebound of the game to go along with his 20 points, and the Huskies commit the foul. Number 2 on Batson.
And credit both teams here. There's some players out there breathing heavy, but nobody bending over. Travis, 2.5 minutes to a state title for one of these teams.
Huskies 21-2, Chapmanville 22-3. Top 2 seeds in this year's tournament. Atkins backslapped by Batson, who gets it back and lays it in.
Wow, good composure by Batson there. He very nearly traveled. He composed himself and got the finish.
Pass up ahead to Brock. And works it around, nearly picked off by Atkins. He sees a lane to the basket, and his shot is blocked. Whistle, foul called. 2:13, third foul on Maddox Batson.
Just when North Marion seems to be out of it, they've created a big turnover. There was the back slap, and then the finish, and then at the other end, very nearly a good defensive play, but Batson just a little bit too much of a slap at the end and got Atkins.
Atkins 52% on the season at the line. Now 1 for 2 in the game. He's got another one coming to make it a 3-point game.
And Brad Napper not only wants the extra point right here with a make, but this would allow him to get Eli Smith back in for Atkins and protect him just a little bit.
11 on the night for Benji Atkins. Missed them both. Terry nearly got that one-handed, and it goes off of Batson. And that was Keaton Terry creating this extra opportunity.
Yes.
Smith out, Atkins back in. Actually, they bring Smith away from the scorer's table. They want Atkins to stay in. The officials are going to discuss whether or not they're going to allow that to happen, since Smith was already all the way in to the half-court area.
Yeah, and Atkins so important to this offense. Brad Napper wants him on the floor for those important baseline out of bounds.
2-point game, Atkins stays. Dalton deflected, finds Atkins. Out to Brock. Hit another 3.
Wow, have a second half, young fella.
Jay Brock's 5th 3 of the game. Is there an answer? There is. Batson. His 4th 3. 1:58 to play in the 4th quarter. Two heavyweights going toe-to-toe for the state title. Don't go away. Coming down the stretch when you come back.
To the championship athletes, we say,
good luck. Go get them.
fight hard.
Never give up.
You've got this. There's no I in team. Let's go. And most importantly, have fun.
At WVU Medicine Thomas Hospitals, we're proud to be the official healthcare partner of West Virginia High School athletics.
Farmers, have you heard about the West Virginia Senior Farmers Market Nutrition Program? If you are selling fresh fruits and vegetables in the months of June through October, you sell your produce in the state of West Virginia, and you grow at least 25% of what you sell, you are eligible to take the vouchers. You can find the application online at agriculture.wv.gov or get one by calling 304-558-2210. This is taxable income, and you will need internet to redeem the vouchers. The deadline to apply is April 15th.
Across West Virginia, hospitals are always here, healing, helping, and standing strong for our communities. Hospitals save lives and build livelihoods. They're among our largest employers, with a passionate workforce of 54,000 West Virginians. Hospitals are economic drivers, contributing close to $17 billion to our state's economy and working to ensure access to care for all. From life-saving moments to wellness support, West Virginia hospitals keep our state healthy, our families strong, and our future bright.
1:58 to play. Look into the North Marion timeout. Steve Harbert trying to encourage his kids to, everybody's exhausted here in the final 2 minutes, but really 1:58 remaining in your season and a state championship on the line. All right, ball comes into Atkins. He'll bring it up. It's been a repeat thing for Chapmanville here in this fourth quarter, letting the bigs bring the ball up the floor. Here's Atkins, drives in, and a blocking foul called as Atkins had pulled up to pass it out and had run into Connor Balwanz, and that could have been the fifth foul on Atkins. Instead, it goes on the Huskies.
Oh, and that was close there to being an offensive foul. Balwanz just a step away from getting there in time. Instead, big call on the Huskies, and it gets Atkins to the free throw line.
1 of 3 at the line is Benji Atkins. 2 shots. 1:44 left. And he's missed it strong. Best he can do is make it a 3-point game.
And if you're North Marion coming back the other way, you've had a lot of success. If Chapmanville's in that man-to-man, a little 2-man game with Balwanz and Ramsey have had success getting to the basket.
Didn't get the roll. Martin sticks it back up and in.
He's been big for this Tiger team tonight, hasn't he?
13th offensive rebound for Chapmanville in the game. It's 2 possessions, 90 seconds to play. Balwanz spins, cut off, finds Batson. Batson pulls up, 15-footer off. Terry with the rebound, up ahead to Jay Brock. Brock fouled by Morse.
Chapmanville staying true to what it does. It had the numbers advantage. Didn't matter if there was a minute and a half left in the state championship game or not. They went right down the floor, attacked the basket. Brock with a chance to add to this lead at the line.
Brock 2 of 2 at the line early first quarter. 19 points for the sophomore guard, Jay Brock.
And give another rebound to Keaton Terry, now his 18th in the game.
First free throw no good, so Chapmanville missing some free throws down the stretch. By the way, you think that might be a state tournament record? Yep. Larry Harris, 33 rebounds for Charleston High School against Wheeling in 1968. That's a record that'll probably stand for the test of time.
It's been there for a while. That one's going to be a tough one to get.
All right, Brock ready. Second free throw to make it a 5-point lead. And he connects. A cool 20 for Jay Brock. 1:15, must possession right here for North Marion. I think you got to get Ramsey a shot. He's your guy. Here it comes, off the down screen. Keaton comes out on it. Gets it to Balwanz. Sees a good option. Drives in. Scooper.
Great take. Great take. Again, that man-to-man defense has allowed some driving lanes, and he got it again for North Marion.
Atkins to Martin. Martin threw it away. Right to Balwanz. 3-point game. Layup, good. 1-point game. Scored for Batson. 37 seconds. Terry, ball pressured. Takes it to the rim. Scores it.
Wow, no pulling it out there for Terry. Goes right to the basket.
The Huskies have hit 9 threes in this game. They're down 3. 23 seconds to play. Timeout. North Marion.
Not sure you can ask for much more in a state championship game. We have had pace, we have had offense, we've had big-time shots, and how about Terry with the game on the line, taking it right to the rim, the little floater pull-up, and Chapmanville leads by 3 with 20 seconds to go.
A 6'7" forward, advancing the ball, and then taking a Euro step pull-up. Brad Dapper, the head coach of Chapmanville.
Listen to me. When we get this rebound, you got to cheat it, or they're going to foul you, or you can call timeout. If there's a bunch of people around you, call timeout. You got it? All 5 guys have to rebound. All 5 guys have to rebound. You switch everything. We are switching everything. Switch everything. Switch everything. No, you do not listen to me, Sam. Do not foul on the 3. Hey, do not foul on the 3. Straight up. Switch. Everybody has to go rebound.
So a couple key themes there. Do not foul on a 3, switch everything, and everybody go rebound. So again, if you're Chapmanville here, that pressure defense that you've had on the perimeter that's created those driving lanes for North Marion, you actually want that to happen now. If you can run them off the 3-point line and get them to put it on the floor, you'll take that.
I note Chapmanville's got 3 team fouls, so they do have 1 to give. On a held ball, it's North Marion's ball. Chapmanville 1 timeout remaining. The Huskies 1 timeout remaining. Handoff up top. Bouncing to Balwanz. He chucks it corner. Ramsey relocates. Short. Terry with another rebound. His 19th of the game, and Chapmanville will walk 90 feet with a chance to seal the state championship.
Well, I tell you what, that was some great help defense, because that was a great pump fake, great call. Get in the paint and kick it. Kai Martin bites on the fake, and then how about Eli Smith? That's not his man. And he closed out there and affected that shot by Ramsey. If Chapmanville closes that defensive play by Eli Smith should go down for a long time. That is great help right there.
Yeah, because Ramsey had a chance right there to load it up with a wide open 3. Terry at the line. Hit it. 5.9 seconds. And the Chapmanville fans can feel it.
Well, Travis, if you're going to win a state title, you need contributions from a lot of different players. We've talked about Terry all night, 23 and 19. Brock with 20 points in those 5 threes. But again, I'm not sure there was a bigger play in this game than Eli Smith defensively.
Yeah. Well, here's the deal, though. They're probably not going to pick us up too quick. They're probably going to get back. You understand? All right? But I like the idea. All right? Hey, listen, we're fine. You understand me? All right? So, we're out to out 3. All right? And if we don't make it, just get back. All right? You guys are going to have your job. All right?
Head coach Steve Harbert has been a part of this program since 2012. And boy, his kids have battled tonight, no question. And, honestly, not a lot of expectations in this championship game with the size and the length and the explosiveness of Chapmanville. But, North Marion is a team that played with a chip on their shoulder all season long, and they brought it again here today.
Yeah, I was really impressed with their grit tonight. Every time it looked like Chapmanville had extended out, was ready to close it, North Marion made a play to get back in it. They might just run out of time in this one.
Keaton Terry at the line. He's already made it a 2-possession lead. with 5.9 seconds remaining. Flips it up, no good. Rebound Ramsey. Chapmanville wants no fouls. Kicks it over to Batson, airborne off. Tiger, 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 state champions. For the 4th time in 9 seasons, Chapmanville Regional High School wins a state championship. This time, their first in Class AAA. Keaton Terry, what a game. 23 points, 19 rebounds. He is our player of the game, brought to you by Intero Resources, West Virginia's top natural gas producer. Just a sophomore. Wow.
Yeah, absolutely outstanding. The 2 sophomores, Brock as well, was really good, but Terry all night. Again, the motor was outstanding, and the production was tremendous. A worthy state champion in Chapmanville.
Yeah, Chapmanville owns the boards in the second half, 37-22, rebounding advantage in the game, and the Tigers making the plays down the stretch to hold off a very stout North Marion outfit. We'll talk with head coach Brad Napper when we come back. The celebration begins for the Chapmanville Tigers. Back to Charleston in a moment.
Introducing the Jalapeno Ranch Club.
I need a little ranch, step to the ranch.
Spicy, grilled, original, all ranched up. Candied bacon, a buttermilk ranch bun, pickled jalapenos, and pepper jack cheese with a kick.
That's the way it goes at the ranch.
Available for a limited time. Order ahead on the Chick-fil-A app.
It starts with just one text, but now you're checking your notifications, changing your playlist, and all of a sudden, your mind isn't where it should be. It's tough to avoid. I mean, distractions are everywhere. But the last place they should be is behind the wheel. In fact, driving distracted is not only dangerous, it's illegal. If you're caught with a phone in your hand while driving, you can be pulled over and given a ticket. So keep your eyes on the road, not your phone.
Well, you know, at the Thrasher Group, we've built a firm that reflects the character of the Appalachian region. Resilient and resourceful. We have a strong, adaptable team of professionals who understand what it takes to get things done here. It's not just about the technical work, but it's the relationships, the funding strategies, and the problem solving. We live here, we work here, and we care about seeing this region thrive. And that's what drives everything we do at the Thrasher Group.
Basketball season is rolling, baby. Tony here, and I'm feeling the groove.
Brad here checking in, and when the hoops are flying, it's full court fun at Gomart.
That's right, the Groovy Hoops promotion is on now. Take your shot to earn bonus reward points and tokens when you purchase one of 6 specially marked items.
Collect all 6 tokens for an additional 2,000 points. Sign up for Gomart Rewards and watch your points soar like a slam dunk in platform shoes.
Go to Gomart.com or check the app for all the details.
Stay groovy. And welcome back inside to Charleston. I'm standing by with Victoria's head coach Brad Napper of Chapmanville. What an impressive, fun game that was. 4 state titles in 9 years, but they all mean something different. What was the key to getting this one?
Just keep grinding. You know, North Marion's got a heck of a team. I mean, they really do. And every time we would get a little bit of breathing room, they would make a big play, hit a big shot. You know, and they did a great job. I mean, that's as exciting a championship game as I've ever been a part of, and I've been in a few of them. So that one was, I think I had a couple of heart attacks, and it was tough. But our kids hung in there, and I told them, you know, to have a chance against North Marion, you're going to have a lot of grit and a lot of toughness because they do.
Yeah, both teams showed a lot of that tonight. I agree with you. I could stand here all night and talk about individual performances because you had a bunch of them, but let's pick out a couple super sophomores for you. Brock was outstanding, big from distance, especially in the second half. Keyed that 10-0 run that got you the lead. What's he meant to this team?
He's, you know, when he's going, he's going. You know, he's very streaky, but the good thing about it is the last 12, 13 games of this season, he's been on pretty much every game except for the first game over here in the state.
Yeah, he was outstanding. And all right, how about the big guy, Keaton Terry? Just outstanding. 23 points, 19 rebounds. That motor was running on high all day. What's he mean to the group?
Oh, he's a warrior. I mean, you saw it today. You know, he was tired. He was busted. I was hoping this thing didn't go into overtime because I don't know how much more he left in the tank he had.
Well, thanks for the entertainment. That was a great one. Congratulations. Go celebrate with your guys.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Back after this from Charleston.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at WVHTF.org.
Ready? It doesn't matter if you're playing hard or working hard. Your workout only works out if you recover right.
Recover.
Chocolate milk helps you recover for what comes next. It's delicious and contains the right mix of protein and carbs to help refuel exhausted muscles.
Ready? Recover. Repeat. Chocolate Milk, the official beverage of high school sports, is brought to you by the American Dairy Association Mideast.
Have you tried the new Chick-fil-A Jalapeno Ranch Club?
Did you say ranch?
I need a little ranch. Ranch, come on, meet me at the ranch. Ranch, I wanna let my boo start alive.
Candied bacon. A buttermilk ranch bun. With a jalapeno kick. Introducing the Jalapeno Ranch Club. It's Chick-fil-A chicken, all ranched up.
The best thing about West Virginia is hope.
The commitment we're making is $2.2 billion in the state of West Virginia.
It's creating opportunities for the next generation to have career-sustaining jobs.
We're creating career paths and jobs.
Everybody's talking about it. HOGAS is doing it.
This gives opportunities for underprivileged communities to have new jobs, to have new opportunities, and it just gives people hope.
Learn more at WVisforHope.com.
Post-game coverage brought to you by the High Technology Foundation, committed to building a stronger West Virginia. The Chapmanville Tigers celebrating the Class AAA state championship as they knock off North Marion in a classic contest. 71-67 is the final. Lots of heroes for both teams. However, the game might have gone, but for Chapmanville, they were led by Keaton Terry. We'll start on the North Marion side of the ledger. And a guy that is pretty much responsible for them getting out of the out of the quarterfinal round a couple of days ago, Maddox Batson. Remember, he had that putback against Shady Spring, which gave them the 66-64 victory. Well, Batson led the Huskies in scoring on this night in a very efficient performance. 20 points, 8 of 12 shooting from the floor, and he was 4 of 7 from beyond the arc. On the Chapmanville side of the ledger, we could have gone with a couple of different guys. Jay Brock had 20 points. Benji Atkins did a number of great things, but Keaton Terry, once again, the man in the middle for CHS. Another double-double, his third in 3 games in the tournament. Terry finishes the game with 23 points to go along with 19 rebounds, and with 30 seconds left, Terry had the breakaway basket, which allowed Chapmanville to take a 70-67 lead. At that point, they tack on one more free throw for the final 4-point margin. And Chapmanville shooting a very impressive 62% from the floor in this one. North Marion had the edge in shots from beyond the arc, but as you see with Chapmanville, and not unexpected, they had a plus 15 advantage in rebounding and plus 14 in points in the paint. More coverage coming up next.
Stay connected to what's happening today in West Virginia.
What about this and what about that? And it just went back and forth. And I was just the guy reading the text. Okay, so what's your take on the whole thing?
Well, now you just get me fired up. Now
right.
you just
so I'm gonna turn on. I'm gonna run down to Wendy's and grab a burger, and I'll be back.
Join Dave Allen weekdays for midday on MetroNews Television.
Basketball season is rolling, baby. Tony here, and I'm feeling the groove.
Brad here checking in, and when the hoops are flying, it's full court fun at Gomart.
That's right, the Groovy Hoops promotion is on now. Take your shot to earn bonus reward points and tokens when you purchase one of 6 specially marked items.
Collect all 6 tokens for an additional 2,000 points. Sign up for Gomart Rewards and watch your points soar like a slam dunk in platform shoes.
Go to Gomart.com or check the app for all the details. Stay groovy.
Sunshine, open roads, and a new Toyota from Dan Cava Toyota World. Lease an all-new Camry for as low as $398 a month. All new Tundras now up to $8,000 off. All new Tacomas now up to $4,500 off or lease as low as $399 a month. $7,500 off the new BZ or 0% financing for 72 months. We've got a Toyota for you at Dan Cava Toyota World in Fairmont. Shop the world.
It all comes down to this in Charleston. The 2026 West Virginia Boys High School Basketball State Championships presented by Chick-fil-A. Saturday, March 21st. Every possession, every roar of the crowd, every championship moment. Live on MetroNews Television, powered by Gomart. Watch on mobile, Roku, Apple TV, Fire TV, LG TV, and select Samsung Smart TVs. Details at WVMetroNewsTV.com to get in the action.
It's all over in Charleston. The Chapmanville Tigers celebrate the Class AAA state championship with a 71-67 win over North Marion, as CHS head coach Brad Napper just told our Brad Howe, one of the better championship games he's been a part of, and now 4 titles for the Tigers coming in the last 10 years. So 3 games are complete here on Championship Saturday. We have already seen Tug Valley, Wheeling Central, and now Chapmanville claim state championships. Will we have a 3rd team defend a state title? Spring Mills has that opportunity in the Class Quad A state championship game with a tip set for about 7:30 this evening. So it'll be Spring Mills and George Washington putting a wrap on Championship Saturday. The state title in Class AAA is headed to Logan County as Chapmanville defeats North Marion by the final of 71-67. A thrilling contest, and we'll be back for more state tournament coverage with the Class Quad A state championship game later this evening.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at WVHTF.org.
Longer days, warmer drives, and better deals at Dan Cava GMC. Hit the road in one of our new luxury GMC Acadias. Take your pick from our massive selection. Now up to $5,500 off select new Acadias and 3.9% for 60 months. The great deals continue with our large selection of quality pre-owned vehicles. All this and more at Dan Cava GMC in Bridgeport. Shop the world.
For your daily fix of sports in West Virginia, there's only one stop. Sportsline on MetroNews Television. Available on mobile, Roku, Fire TV, Smart TVs, and online at WVMetroNewsTV.com. Join Kyle Wiggs, Coach Hunter, and Brad Howe weeknights for Sportsline on MetroNews Television.